Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. That's because that's who I am. Thanks for being here. You're really amazing. The fact that you would even be here, I appreciate it. Well, here we are. Why are you up on the ceiling all the time? What are you doing up there? Come on down. No? All right, fine, whatever. Today I wanted to talk about a few things. The idea of this show, once again, for those that haven't seen it before, is this is the television version of what I've been doing on the radio for 30 years and still doing. You can catch my show. It's a new program every single weekday at newenglandbroadcasting.com or ronvandam.com. You can find us on iHeartRadio and Stitcher and iTunes and Apple Podcasts and the Alexa thing, Amazon Music, Spotify, Dishfy, Washfy, Shopify, and TuneIn Radio and all those things. I've left a few out. I don't know, but they're on everything. Okay, anyway. And the syndicated stations around the country. Thank you. Now, okay, let's get to it. Thank you for all that. Thank you for your applause. I appreciate it. I noticed I dressed up a little bit for you today. I don't know what you're wearing, but I don't think it's on the same par as what I'm wearing. So let's just get it started from there. On this program, I talk about things that are on most people's minds, but we don't talk about it because you're not supposed to, because it gets a little bit uncomfortable. I'm going to today, and that usually means things that bother us, but we don't really have the time nor the person to commiserate with. I was watching television. I do this a lot. I watch television a lot. I was watching television. I see this commercial for Verizon. Can I mention the name of the company? No. Oh, my God. It was Verizon. And they're trying to attract new customers. All the cell phone companies are trying to attract new customers. That's what they do. So they have these enticements. It's like when you used to, they don't do this anymore, kids. What us older people, when we used to open up why is my arm? We used to open up a checking account. The bank would give us a free toaster. Now, no one does that anymore. That's absolutely ridiculous. But that's what they used to do. They would give you a free gift if you opened up a checking account. Again, this is, they don't do this anymore. Same thing with these cell phone companies. To entice you to be their customer, to switch to cell phone companies, Verizon is offering, and I don't know when this thing is airing. It might be current. I really don't know. Verizon is offering to give you a free phone. What? Free phone? Those things are like hundreds and hundreds, sometimes $1,000. I know. They're going to give you a free phone if you switch. Whoa, okay. Well, that's nice. Wait, I'm not finished. They're also going to, along with the phone, they're going to give you a tablet. Not an aspirin, an actual tablet, like an iPad kind of tablet thing, you know? Yeah, free. Free for switching to Verizon. But that's not all. Sounds like I work for Verizon, doesn't it? But that's not all. They give you a free phone, a tablet, and a watch. One of those watches that has the digital thing, and you can do, yes, Sally, I'll be there in 7 minutes. Yes, right. Thank you. Thank you so much. And tell Dick Tracy to have a good case. All on a watch. All that is free if you switch to Verizon. Okay, that's quite an enticement. That's not a bad deal. But here's the kicker. I happen to have Verizon as my cell phone company, have had it for 10 years now, and I'm upset. I have the big P word here going on. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen of Verizon. I have been using your phone, paying your bills that you send to me For 10 years now, that's a decade. You take 10 years, put them together, it's a whole decade. And I've been paying my bills, and the price every year goes up. It's always goes up. You talked me into unlimited at one point when I was in a drunken stupor. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I said, hey, I was in a drunken stupor. I don't need unlimited. And they said, I'm sorry, you can't go backwards. What? What is this, some type of philosophy? You can never go back. You can never go back. Apparently, my previous price was grandfathered in. Now they're calling me a grandfather as far as that's concerned. It's awful. I can't go back. Now I'm stuck with this unlimited. I'm paying a lot of money. Probably not as much as you are, but still a lot of money. And here they are, enticing new customers by giving them these 3 valuable items for free. Well, thanks a lot, Verizon. You know, I guess I could always just cancel my account and then like a couple of weeks later take advantage of your free tablet, free watch, and free phone. But they probably would say, no, that's only for people that didn't have accounts with us ever or at least 5 years ago. So, Ron, that's not going to work. I actually did call Verizon, and I really did, and I spoke to one of the representatives. It took me about 2 hours to get through, but I did speak to them eventually. You can't just get a customer service person just by calling them. That doesn't work like that. You have to perform 3 miracles, and I had only gotten through 2. Finally, I speak to one of the representatives, agents, whatever you want to call them, and I said, just what I said to you. Look, I've been with you for 10 years. I'm paying exorbitant prices, and you're giving away free stuff to people that weren't even doing cell phones with. They were with somebody else. They were traders. They were with somebody else. And you lure them over with free stuff. I've been with you for 10 years, and I don't get free stuff. And here's the response, and I should have realized I wasn't talking to Mr. or Mrs. Verizon here. I'm talking to an agent. And they said, well, we do everything we can, but we can't offer that to you at this time. Yeah, okay. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth, like bad fish. So I'm upset about that, and well, I should be. I think Verizon made a mistake by offering all this free stuff to new customers because the old customers, such as myself, do not appreciate that. I have a similar problem with Comcast, and I know that there's a connection here, but not a business one. Comcast, my bills with them are absolute. I think I'm putting people through college when I pay my Comcast bills because they are so high, and they go up every year, and nothing changes. Actually, I have less stations than I did a few years ago, and I'm paying more. Figure that out. I have no problem with Comcast other than the fact that, I'd like to speak to some people who speak English, but that's not a problem, and I don't want to sound, that's fine. It's just I don't understand what they're talking about. I don't understand people who speak English. I don't understand what they're talking about either. So anyway, I'm a little upset with Comcast as well. They're taking my hard-earned money. I'm paying for cable, and with my money, apparently they're going out and buying the naming rights to stadiums and concert venues. Why are you doing that with my money? And then they went out and they bought NBC, the television network. That probably wasn't a cheap purchase. And along with that came Universal Pictures, the motion picture distributor, Universal. They also own that. And other companies as well under the Comcast umbrella. I'm getting their Xfinity, which is not even a word. They made it up. Anyway, I'm paying a lot of money there, And I'm not happy about that. And I think that they are taking advantage of the fact that I am attached to their television set stuff programs. They give me well over 300 channels, and I basically watch none of them. But yet, I still have cable. I don't know if they're watching this. They may be. They're probably not. Why would they? Here's an idea, Comcast. Do you want everybody's business? Do you want to knock out Verizon, which is the other major competitor, oddly enough? It's like TV, wireless. Oh my God! And then Comcast goes wireless phones as well. This is a war in which I lose. Comcast, if you want to be the most successfully loved company on the planet, because right now you're kind of one of the hated ones because you cost so much. Here's what you do, Comcast. Instead of buying concert venues and stadiums and all these things, instead of spending your money so frivolously, why don't you make an announcement that we, Comcast, recognize that people are in financial straits right now because of inflation. And we feel for our customers, especially our loyal customers who have been with us for quite some time now. What we're going to do is we're going to cut everybody's bill by 20%, at least for the next year. This would be in the news. It would be the headline on CNN, on MSNBC, Fox. I'm not too sure. It would be the headline: Comcast slashes prices by 20%. Why? Are things bad? No, because they recognize that their customers are going through some financial problems because of inflation, and they don't want to be a part of it. We at Comcast want to make our customers happy. Can you imagine? Everybody would go to Comcast for all their services immediately because Comcast feels for the people. They could even come up with some kind of marketing slogan. Comcast, we feel for the people. The volume of business would be staggering. Comcast, by slashing prices by 20%, would actually make a fortune because of the volume of customers that they would have. Hope you can handle the business because you'll be flooded with new customers. And your old customers will always thank you. There's a relationship, Comcast, that you want with your customers that will continue for as long as you're in business. That's my suggestion to you, Comcast. And if there are other companies of a similar size that want to take my advice, give it a try. Give it a try. You'll be amazed at the volume of satisfied customers you will have at that point. Thank you very much. I turn you over now to the school committee meeting. Okay. One of my friends who doesn't listen to my show, that's why I can talk about her, has a condition that they don't advertise on television. Have you noticed on television, every single commercial now is about some type of physical condition, some type of medical problem. It can span the globe of bulging eyes to psoriasis, eczema, heart fibrillation, everything. It's everything. There's a medical product for everything. Problem is, the side effects are the medical problem itself. Here, take this for anxiety. What are the side effects? Anxiety. Oh, well, I guess I'll take my chances then. Try this for psoriasis. It makes it go away. It's great. What are the side effects? Death. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Anyway. And then you're supposed to go to your doctor and say, hey, I want a prescription for this stuff I saw on television. And the doctor probably says, what are you, nuts? No. If you got a problem, I'll give you this prescription. It's someone you saw on TV. I don't understand why they even do that. Anyway, here's a condition that they don't have anything to take care of it. It's a horrible condition that we all have to. We may not have it ourselves, but we have to endure other people having it. And that condition is verbal diarrhea. Yes, it is a problem. People don't talk about it because they have it. Verbal diarrhea is when you... I'm serious, man. It's when someone starts talking to you and they don't know when to shut up. They're just running at the mouth, literally. And they don't know when to stop. They can't control it. It's not something they can control. Once they start talking, they don't know how to stop. And you are within their general radius. You are the one that suffers. There's no medication for you because they can't be stopped. People who have verbal diarrhea sometimes know that they do. It doesn't soil your pants, but it sure is a problem for your friends. They just keep talking and talking. How do you know if you have verbal diarrhea? All right, I will tell you how you would know. If you start relaying a story to somebody and you start the story by saying, well, to make a long story short, you know you're in trouble. That person knows that they run at the mouth, so they actually have to start the story by saying, I talk a long time, but I'm going to shorten it up, but I'm really not. I'd like to shorten up the story, but I can't because I don't know how. So when this woman calls me and starts talking, what I do is I go to the function on my cell phone that says speakerphone, and then I just go off and go shopping or something. And when I return 2 hours later, they're still talking and don't even know that I wasn't there. Verbal diarrhea is a horrible, horrible affliction. It affects 1 out of every 2 people. You can survive it. You can survive it if you have the verbal diarrhea. But if you're the one who is the person who is listening to the verbal diarrhea, you cannot survive. You cannot survive. It is not survivable. It cannot happen. I've often tried to stop the other person from talking too much. I make little gestures and start walking backwards and things like that, and I look at my watch, not the one that they give you for free at Verizon, but the one that I paid for, and I say, oh my goodness, I have a dental appointment next Thursday. I really must leave. There's just no way out. There's no way out. There's no way out. There's nothing to talk about. It's just what it is. The last thing I wanted to talk about today, don't worry, it's the last thing, is soccer. The World Cup soccer thing. People get very excited about this. There are some horrible political aspects of this conversation which I wish not to get into. So let's not. What I'm saying is, I don't really enjoy sports to the point where I fanatically yell at the TV screen or at the game. I don't hold up signs. I don't yell things so that the ref can hear me even though I'm like 2,000 feet away. I don't do that kind of stuff. But I do enjoy a nice sporting event. World Cup soccer, not on my list, and I'll tell you why. Most games in soccer end up in a tie. Not 2-2, not 3-3, not 4-4, not even 1-1. Most ties in soccer are 0-0. You tell me how that's entertaining. Soccer is I don't understand it. I don't understand. I can see people like maybe liking it a bit, but to get revved up about it and start punching out other people who are in the stands with you, I don't understand that. That was a great World Cup game. Really? What was the score? 1-0. Oh my God, that much? It's absurd. It's a bunch of people dressed in strange summer clothing running around a field kicking a ball. I don't get it. It's the same entertainment as having a bunch of cats run around with a bag of catnip, which might be even more entertaining than watching people do this. The only people that really work hard during a soccer, I know there's a lot of running around and they're great athletes and all that, and I get that. The goalie, very important, because the goalie has to stop the ball from going in continually, and they have to like fly in the air to stop the ball. But how long can I watch that? An hour and a half of nothing. It's just odd to me. And even worse than World Cup soccer is high school soccer. I'm sorry. No, I know your kids are great at high school soccer. I know they are. I know it. I get it. But seriously, there should be a cap during the game on how many times the ball can go out of bounds. If the ball's going out of bounds every 20 seconds, you're in for a long haul. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And of course, in soccer, you can't use your hands, but you can use your head. Someone's got that backwards. I never liked soccer. To me, it's more entertaining to watch paint dry. Well, I guess it's about the same. It's awful. It's awful. I do know some people that are very good soccer players, and my response is, good for you. I mean, I don't know. Football is nice because it moves around a lot. There's a lot of waiting in between plays, but it's not that long. And I don't know. The clock tells you how much time is left before you can go home. I like that. Counts down to 0. In soccer, it counts up, and it's up to the referee. Oh, look, they've been playing a while now. Let them play a little bit more. I mean, come on. Now, in the games where the clock's going down to 0, at least I can gauge, how long I'm going to have to sit there. In football, you have to figure things out a little more. I like that because you can, if you score a touchdown, you get 6 points. You get $6. If you kick a field goal, it's 3 points, $3. And after you score a touchdown for $6.6, you can kick an extra point and make it $7. So there's all kinds of variations on a theme, and at least the score ends up being more than 1-0. You know what I'm saying? It's just, Tennis is weird, isn't it? Tennis is good because it's constant, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I like that. There's a lot of action in tennis. I just don't like the scoring system. It doesn't make any sense. 0 is called love in tennis. I don't know how that could be. I have to look up that. Why nothing is called love. I've been in love many times, and you're right, it turned out to be nothing. So I guess I understand that part of it. I also don't understand why it's love, then 15, 30, and then 40. Who came up with this? I mean, what kind of point spread is that? What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, it's 40 with advantage this side. What's the advantage? I don't know. But if they don't win the next one, they have no advantage. You people are killing me with this thing. I mean, what? Anyway, I'm running short on time here. So usually I run a commercial, but I'm not going to do that because I don't feel like it. I don't know. Things are very, very strange these days. They really are. I'm taping this show here between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's the holiday sandwich. I don't. It's just an odd time. It's like a lame duck session in Congress. Nobody really does anything. You know, there's retail does a lot. Retail does crazy a lot. Here's a strange thing about Black Friday, which is the day after Christmas. There's Black Friday. And then 5-6 days later, it's still Black Friday sales. How can it be the Black Friday sales event when Black Friday is Friday after Thanksgiving? And then there's Cyber Monday, but you can get Cyber Monday deals on Wednesday. You can get Black Friday deals on Black Thursday. This is ridiculous. You really want to save money? Wait till after Christmas. Everything is half off. As a matter of fact, you can go into a store after New Year's and they'll pay you to take the merchandise out of the store. It's amazing how the prices go down. It's what happens, man. That's what happens. It's not my first rodeo. I remember my first rodeo. Guy fell off of the horse, nearly got trampled, and a clown runs out to save his life. And then he has to tell all his rodeo friends, my life was saved by this clown over here. I find that fascinating. Why is that person dressed up like a clown? Why not like a paramedic or a doctor? What does a circus clown have to do with saving somebody's life before a bull tramples them? I don't get it. I think it's the last thing somebody lying on their back with a large beast about to pummel them to death. You are saved by a clown. It's a bit embarrassing. I don't know. I went to a rodeo once. I didn't like it. And then I went to a rodeo the second time. Even though I didn't like it, I was now able to say, this is not my first rodeo. I just walked around saying that to people. And they said, oh, you've been to a rodeo before? Yes, it's not my first rodeo. I love saying that. I like saying it even when I'm not at a rodeo. I'll go to a music concert and I'll start walking around saying to people, this isn't my first music concert. It doesn't hold the same meaning for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, I'm about out of time. Have yourselves a wonderful day. I have to find the theme music now because I have to do this myself. I can't afford somebody to do this for me. Here we go. Okay. Thank you so much. Next time.